All right, before I go to a coffee meeting, let's just finish here, okay? So I do think it's important that we have this context. Please, I'd like to hear someone share what their thought is. This is my observation of reality, okay? And it's not like, it's a very logical, here I'll say one thing though, logic is nearly dead, but it's a very logical explanation of how we've gotten here. Very logical, right? Of just like a young malleable sponge goes into a system for basically a quarter of their life, and then goes into a new system for the next middle portion of their life, middle to 3/4 of their life. Okay, right, that's just like a thing starts to become molded. But let's move on from that. I do believe we need that context because it's hard for people to just say like, hey, here's this new thing, go. I do believe we need to look at how we got here, and we need the context. So that is the context. And now that we have identified this, now is the time that we are at step one. We're at step one of reflection. Step one of awareness, and it's going to be a practice. I promise you, we have not been trained to sit, to watch a tree, to not be on our phone, to think for ourselves, to have a deeper conversation. It's absolutely true, the whole deeper conversation thing, if you're having like a deeper talk, a deeper conversation, I can't tell you how many times we're like, it is a muscle to be worked. I've had so many conversations where like the person I'm having it with, they're good for a little bit and then they're just like, they're out. You can tell they're exhausted. And that used to be me. Like I would sit someone who's had more deeper thoughts. They have more stamina basically. And so this stage one is it's the hardest stage, okay? Phase one of like reflection and thinking and observing and articulating what you believe and testing what you believe. Like this is the hardest part of this whole thing, because actually once you get that, everything starts to sort of, and then there is going to be, I will say there is going to be more trial and error, but you get through some trial and error. You do want to, like, one thing I will say, you don't want to get now stuck in the hamster wheel of thought. I got stuck there, and I know people who are still stuck there, of like, thinking and looking at new ideas can be addictive.